Did you guys hear how they're getting rid of the pennies? Like they're going to stop making pennies after this new fresh batch.
No,
No.
The only bad thing about that is how am I going to give my 2 cents?
I hate you.
That was so
You
dumb.
They are going to discontinue making pennies.
I thought you were
Like
gonna
that's
make
a
a
real
Final
thing.
Destination joke.
Oh no, like they're really discontinuing pennies. That's a real thing.
Yeah. I
Who
did
needs them?
read about that.
Fucked up.
Sorry for my dad joke.
Damn it.
Hello. Do you want to play a game? There'll be food and drink and ghosts. And perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
Welcome to another episode of House of Ghouls Horror Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Ian VanGhoul, joined as always by my best friends and co-hosts, Colby Does Horror and Crystal. What's up, friends? How we doing this week?
Good.
Colby, how you really feeling?
I had a pretty spicy day if I'm being serious.
Uh,
How you feeling now, though?
Yeah, you feeling better?
A little bit. I still got like some lower stomach pain going on, but other than that, it's a pretty good day.
A little tummy ache.
A little tummy ache.
Hell yeah. Well, this week we have a very special guest with us. You may know him on social media as Robin Horror. He is an author and he had his debut novel, Made a Monster, a Splatterpunk novel, just released a few weeks ago. And let me tell you, it fucking rolls. So welcome, Rob Nelson, to the show. What's up, brother? How are you doing?
Thank you guys. I'm great. A little nervous, honestly, but I'm having fun with it. So I'm having fun. Yeah.
We're gonna make it fun.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you don't follow us on social media, then fucking do it. Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, make it happen. If you're listening to the audio portion of this, hit that 5-star rating. It helps us tremendously and we appreciate it. And again, we are looking for sponsors. So if you own a local horror shop or business, you want to advertise on our show, then hit us up and we are happy to make that happen. So all that said, let's get into the horror movie news. So this week, it was announced that Brie Larson, that you may know from Captain Marvel, is starring in a creature feature called Failsafe. So it's produced by J.J. Abrams and his company Bad Robot Productions. So this is directed by J.T. Molnar, who is the director of Strange Darling. It's based on the short story by Philip Fracassi. It's a script by Brian Duffield, who previously did Love and Monsters and No One Will Save You. And it's described as a modern take on the creature horror film told from the perspective of a young boy who slowly begins to discover that his beloved parents are hiding a disturbing secret about his mother's true nature. So that's all I know about it so far. But with that cast and that crew, I'm all about it. I can't wait. What do you guys think about this?
I'm excited.
Yeah, I love the director for Strange Darling, so I'm excited to
Me too.
definitely see what they have to do again.
Also really like Brie Larson.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Philip Fracassi a badass author too. So I'm definitely excited to check that out.
Hell yeah. Yeah, he's the one I'm not really too familiar with out of all those names, but I'm all about it. Strange Darling was one that like kind of came out of nowhere for me, and I fucking loved it. So I'm all about seeing what he's going to give us here next. So let's go. So we got the first teaser trailer for It Welcome to Derry. Takes place in 1962, leading up to the events of It Chapter 1. It is 9-episode season airing on HBO in the fall. I know we've all seen the teaser trailer. What do you guys think about this?
I'm kind of worried.
Why?
It looks like they're just going to be playing off of stuff that we've already seen.
I agree.
Yeah, like it's based on the kids trying to talk to the parents, convince the parents that something is wrong, the parents not believing them.
Well,
It's
that whole plot, but also like scenes we've already seen, like Bev's bathroom stuff. Um, there's another big one I saw because I want to see stuff like from the book, like the stuff with the black spot, like all those flashbacks from the book. But I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. I'm excited.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was
But
kind of thrown off by the trailer because like we brought it up before that it's supposed to be 3 seasons. Each one's a different year. And so it kind of it should, if it's going by that, it should kind of hit on the big events from the book from those years. So I'm pretty sure this one would be the black spot. But from that trailer, it didn't
Yeah.
really seem to focus on that at all. It did seem to be another group of kids kind
Mhm.
of going through the same motions as the movie. So hopefully it just kind of was a not great trailer.
Or
and
it
it's
was
not
like
giving
a
us
yeah, or it was like a red herring or something, maybe
right,
kind of.
right.
Yeah.
But I am excited to see Bill back as Pennywise.
Mhm.
I have zero complaints about that. And, it didn't exactly hype me up, but I'm still stoked for the show. So we'll see what
Same.
happens.
Just have my concerns.
Yeah, for sure. Rob, any thoughts?
I actually avoided watching the trailer on purpose, so I'm just excited to jump into it,
Hell
see
yeah.
what it's all about. I love Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. It was like the first horror movie I ever saw when I was a kid, or I guess it was the TV series. So yeah, when the movies came out, those were something I avoided the trailers for and watched. I'll be doing the same thing with the HBO series. I'm
Good
excited.
thing we didn't just give away half the trailer.
Well, at least I've seen the
gonna
scenes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just think of
Doesn't
the
sound like I missed much.
Yeah, think of the trailers that we got for like the regular It, and like back it up a few years. And it's
Perfect.
the same thing.
Thanks for spoiling that for me, guys. Yeah.
No problem, bud. That's what we're here for. So speaking of trailers, we got a Predator Killer of Killers trailer. It's a brand new animated anthology film. It's releasing on Hulu on June 6th. This one's co-directed by Dan Trachtenberg and Josh Wassing. So there's 3 separate stories. We'll see a Viking raider, a ninja in feudal Japan, and a World War II pilot, all of which encounter a predator. And look, this looks dope. I am stoked for this. I think I'm more excited for this than I am Predator Badlands.
I agree.
Like this, it just looks like super fucking fun. Back to the basics of Predator, and I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, they don't want to leave Predator alone. They just want to keep making stuff for it.
I'm not a big anime cartoon guy, but this looks fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
That's one I haven't not seen at all, so I'll have to check that out. Sounds
Okay.
cool.
Hell yeah. And then in sad news, George Wendt passed away on Tuesday at the age of 76. Now he's best known as Norm on Cheers, but we all know him as the lovable neighbor Harold Gorton in 1985's House, as well as the episode Family of Masters of Horror and the episode The Reluctant Vampire of Tales from the Crypt. So our condolences go out to his family and friends. He was a fantastic actor and he will definitely be missed. So with all that said, I'm going to flip it over to Colby for some special news from him.
So we got some popcorn bucket news.
Popcorn?
We are getting some popcorn buckets for the new Jurassic World. For Cinemark, we're getting this badass T-Rex head, and then for AMC, we're getting an incubator with a raptor in it.
Dude, I saw that fucking T-Rex head. I was like, oh my God.
I'm getting both.
It's,
I didn't see the T-Rex one, but I saw the incubator because I was reading an article about it and it was funny.
Mhm.
It's like the part of the PR piece was like, you'll have to fight through the dinosaur in there to get your popcorn. I started laughing. So I thought it was funny.
That's awesome. I thought the incubator one was fake. I was like, there's no way that's real. That's AI, right? Like
That's AI.
it seems cool though.
dude, it's wild what they're coming up with for popcorn buckets anymore.
I love it. It all started with the Dune.
That's what I'm
Pussy.
yeah,
Popcorn.
that's what I was
Extra
gonna
butter
ask.
on
I
that
was-
one, big dog.
The pocket doozy.
Yeah. Once they start making popcorn buckets, you could fuck. It's just game over.
Oh, and then, dude, I'm pretty sure we're going through another vampire resurgence
Okay.
because I saw that they're remaking. So at first I was kind of skeptical that they were remaking Near Dark, but it's gonna be a TV series and it's gonna be done by A24.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Okay.
So I think I'm all aboard.
Yeah, I like when they do series sometimes because they can flush everything out a little bit more
Mhm.
versus putting everything into a movie.
So I think that would be really cool because I love Near Dark, and I feel like there's a lot more lore to it that we missed that didn't tell us. So I think with a series we can learn a lot. And I think it'll bring a lot of light to the original for people who have never seen it.
It's very true. Yeah, I'm interested to see who they would get for it as far as a cast.
I'm all for it. And I don't know what time period they're going to do, if it's the same like in the 80s where it took place, but they are going like the same like Western vampire route.
Hell yeah. Yeah, sign me up. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
That's dope. Any other news this week?
We got some sad music news.
Oh, yep.
So we actually lost two fantastic people in the music world this week. We lost Adam, I think it's pronounced Ramey, the vocalist for Dropout Kings. He
Mhm.
sadly took his own life earlier this week. And then I think it was yesterday or the day before, the former drummer for Devil Wears Prada passed away in a plane crash.
Mhm. Along with one of the managers too. He was
hmm
manager for a lot of bands.
Yeah, a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bummer week, dude. Fuck.
Hmm.
Yeah, horrible.
Those both hit very hard.
hmm
Well,
Did-
on that note, what did we watch?
I gotta pull up my letterbox. I watched Prom Queen last night. I really dug that one, honestly. I thought it was fun. I think it's another good like gateway horror, like Clown in the Cornfield is. It had a couple really terrible kills in it, but then it made up with some great ones, and one I would say is on par with it's like with the spiritedness of it. I would say it's on par with Terrifier, like the part with the nubs.
I was just gonna say with the best part. Yep.
I was cracking the fuck up.
Yeah. I was like, oh, because I was like I was watching it, but I was doing something else, and I look over and I'm like, oh, okay, okay.
It's so
Okay.
good. And then the kill with the saw blade, it looked so fucking good.
Yeah, it was cool. That was cool.
But yeah, I dug it. I also watched Knights of Badassdom, a Joe Lynch movie that is a fucking blast. But I found out that Joe Lynch fucking hates that movie.
Mm,
That's fair.
it's okay.
I watched A Desert finally.
Hell yeah.
I dug it. I really liked that one. I watched Bark. It's where a dude is just tied up to a tree the entire fucking movie.
I need to
Nice.
see that one.
I was surprised like how good it was. Loved it. I watched Mayhem, Blast. I watched Frozen. I watched this.
Say which Frozen.
The Disney edition, right?
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah,
Elsa.
yeah, not Adam Green or anything. I never talk about Adam Green. I watched one called The Slaughterhouse Killer on Cranked Up TV, and that was surprisingly really good for how low budget it was.
I love when that happens.
And it's the same director as Beaten to Death. It was the movie he did right before Beaten to Death.
Oh
It
yeah.
was pretty cool. I dug it. I watched one called The Last Cabin. That was one that Brian Fears Ghost sent me, and he's like, they're looking for people to review. And I really liked their movie before that, The Shadow of Bigfoot, I believe it's called. But Last Cabin went fucking hard. They really stepped it up with the gore and the effects.
Hell yeah. I need to
And
watch that.
then last, when I was waiting for Fear Street Prom Queen to drop last night, I watched Spree.
Oh, Spree. I love Spree.
Yes, with
That's such a good movie.
what's his name, Joe Kearney or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. It's my sister. It's like my little sister's favorite horror movie.
Dude, I love that movie. That's like my third or fourth time watching it, and I think it gets better every time. And also, my wife is obsessed with the show called Vanderpump Rules. If
I
you know
love
what that is.
Vanderpump Rules.
Dude, fucking Lala is
Yep.
in that movie.
Mhm.
She's one of the girls that gets eaten by the fucking dog.
So is Misha Barton's in the movie from the OC and the Hills. She's
I
in
don't know what
Spree
those are.
too.
And The Sixth Sense.
But I literally
She's
like
in there.
I was watching it like 1 a.m. I woke my wife up just to show her that Lala was in the movie.
Mm-hmm. I love Spree. That's a fun movie to watch.
But yeah, Vanderpump Rules is kind of a guilty pleasure. I actually really enjoy watching that with my wife.
I love Vanderpump Rules so much.
Dude, I have a crush on Lisa. Lisa can fucking get it.
Lisa. Oh, see, I always loved Stassi. She was my favorite.
I think Stassi's my wife's favorite. But yeah, those are all of my watches.
Good shit. You watched a lot.
I
I
was
know.
gonna say
I finally
didn't
got a
watch
lot
that
in.
many.
I was going through like a dry spell where I didn't even want to watch movies or like make videos for like a week or two.
It happens.
Mm.
Crystal, what'd you watch?
I watched Baby Blue. It's a Tubi original. It was
Is
pretty
that
good.
to do with the glasses on the cover?
Yes.
Is that, do you like that?
It was good. It was good. I mean, the ending was a little weak for me, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good for what it was. Like
Every
the third act was weird though, but it was cool, but it was good.
every time I see that cover, it always reminds me of Near Dark.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton. It reminds me
Yeah.
of Bill Paxton vampire.
Yep. It was good. And then I watched Natty Knox, just because I hadn't seen it ever. And then I realized the three main characters that were in it, or three main actors were in it. So I was like, I have to watch this. And it was funny because the one scene, I was like, oh my God, Freddy Krueger and Otis are talking to each other. That was funny. And
Did
then I
you like that
watched,
one?
did I like it? Not really. But
Same.
I feel like if like I wanted to watch it because of Bill Moseley,
Mhm.
of Daniel Harris and Robert England. And I think if you're a fan of those three, then check it out just to kind of see them in the movie together. That's kind of the only reason I watched it. But no, it really wasn't my favorite. Um,
Yeah, that's one of those movies that has those
yeah,
big names in the cast just to get you to watch it.
right.
I watched it a few years ago. I wasn't a fan of it, and like back when I still did TikTok lives all the time, one of the female cast members popped in and she was like, "Hey, watch Natty Knox," and I was like, "I did. I'm not a fan." And then she like grilled me on why I didn't like it. I'm like, "This is weird."
Whoops.
I've been like, all right, guys, I think my connection's low. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Rob's picture just popped up and I thought it was mine because we're wearing the same.
Shout out the boys.
And then by either peer pressure or because I was in a weird mood or outside influences, I don't really know. I watched The Coffee Table. Um, then I watched this other movie called Monster Party. It really wasn't that good. I don't recommend it. And then I watched Prom Queen. And then I watched the newest episode of The Last of Us. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
it.
Good shit. Rob, what'd you watch?
Actually I watched let's see, I watched Tahoe Joe, the first one.
Fuck yeah.
That was pretty sick. Yeah, when you guys went out to Reno, I was like, I'm gonna watch this, check it out, catch up for everything. I liked it a lot actually. So that was cool. What else did I watch? I rewatched the movie Creep. Um,
The
that
one with
one's
Peach Fuzz or the one with the train?
Peach Fuzz.
Okay.
That movie's so fucking wild,
I
man. Such
love
an
it. I love
awkward.
Mark Duplass is so good.
Yeah, yeah. I watched
You love
Creep,
him.
and then Creep 2 is also like I wasn't expecting it to be good, but like that movie
Oh,
was
it's so
also
good.
pretty awesome.
I
Yeah,
love how Dopinder is the opening kill from Deadpool and Creep 2.
yeah. And then I watched Final Destination for the first time. So I watched the
First
first one.
one?
The first one. I'm gonna watch all of them, but yeah, I watched the first one last night.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah,
That's so cool.
I'm growing up, guys. I'm a big
Growing
kid now.
up.
What did you think of the first one?
I liked it a lot. It's funny because like I had seen like shots of different movies before. Like I know the log scene and like other like I think the
Mhm.
NASCAR motor scene or whatever,
Mhm.
but I'd like never watched the full movie because I always thought it was like that what's that show that used to be on Spike TV, A Thousand Ways to Die or whatever.
Yep.
Like I thought it was just a compilation of people getting killed in wild ways, and I was like, I don't know if I need to watch this movie. And then my girlfriend was like, no, there's a whole fucking story. Like you have to watch this. So we've been watching those. So yeah, I dug it. It's cool.
I love that. Hell yeah. So I didn't watch a whole lot this week. I was slacking. But I did watch Bride of Reanimator, and there's a reason for that we'll get to here in a few minutes. But it's another, I mean, it's from 1990, but it's essentially an 80s sequel that goes just as hard as the original. It's almost as good as it, but it fucks. I watched Shaky Shivers for the first time. That was another fun one. Horror comedy that's definitely more comedy, but it's a good time. I just finished Prom Night right before we started recording. I wasn't a big fan.
No shit.
Like, it's cool for what it is, but I feel like it's not to the level of the first three.
I agree.
And so much CGI. Like, the kills were fun, but it's so much CGI. And as soon as you are introduced to the character, I immediately knew that was going to be a killer. Like, I hate when that happens, but it's cool for what it is. I didn't hate it. And then our buddy Jake Valentine sent me a screener for Fallacies
Oh
this week,
yes, dude.
and I really dug it.
I love it.
Yeah. I didn't review it yet because he was off the grid for this past week, but I'm definitely going to review it, and I think I'm going to watch it again, a few of the segments at least.
Can we talk about the first segment real quick?
Dude, I love the first segment. I loved it.
I just want to explain it to Crystal.
Oh God.
Yes,
so
go
so
ahead.
Fallacies is it's an anthology film, and each story centers around a penis.
This sounds like the other movies you guys tell me about. When you're like, oh yeah, the whole movie is about dicks. I'm like, shocker.
But no,
Which
Keep
is
literally,
going, I'm
awesome.
the whole
listening.
movie's
Keep,
about
keep
that.
going, I'm listening.
The first one, this dude wakes up with no eyes. His eye is on his penis.
Okay.
And it's just he can't find his way around his apartment now. It's really weird. And then there's a scene where he starts masturbating, and then when he climaxes, it all comes out of his mouth.
It's wild. It's hilarious though, because he's not circumcised, so like
Yeah.
the eye is covered the majority of the
It's to
time.
like keep peeling the skin back to see.
Oh my God.
It was such a good one to like start that movie off with though. It was so good.
Oh, I really fucking dug that. Like, as fucking gross and weird as it sounds, like a lot of them actually have like deeper messages
Mhm.
and shit. And I was like, dude, this is like actually good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna review it without sounding fucking weird, but
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna take some thought for sure. But yeah, I really dug it. I think it's really cool for what it is.
Mhm.
And when he sent it to me, I had known that he had worked on it previously. Him and like Corey Dean Cowley, a few of the filmmakers. So I had looked it up to see if I could find it, and obviously couldn't. So when he sent it to me, I was like, oh fuck yeah. But I was expecting, like, coming from Jake, I was expecting it to be like this brutal fucking like just dicks getting destroyed the whole movie. And there is
Which a
some
lot of it
that.
is.
Yeah, there it is, some of that, but there's a lot that are not that. It's just very much like horror stories involving dicks. And some of them aren't even technically horror stories. But yeah, it was a very different viewing experience. And I really dug it. So
One of
I'm-
one of the shorts is also done by the director of American Guinea Pig,
yes,
Poison something,
Poison Rogue.
Poison Rogue. That's it.
Yep. So yeah. So yeah, be on the lookout for some reviews about that.
Dude, I
We had a
love
good
this so
time.
much. My mom was like, "What's the podcast name? I want to listen to it as soon as it comes out." It's like, just talking dicks with my boys, mom.
Literally.
The homies.
I know my aunt started listening to some of it. I'm like, there are some segments that, just listen and laugh. Don't judge. So
Sorry to all the family members out there.
hey, Dad.
Hope you guys are ready to hear about dicks.
Always.
Well, all right. So what do we read this week then?
Nothing.
Crystal?
I'm still reading the same books because I'm reading 5 books at one time.
You're a
So
machine.
I'm still
Damn.
reading The Ruins, American Psycho, and then Clown in the Cornfield. So I'm still reading all 3 of those.
I finished Runts, and I'm 2 chapters into Seven Rabbits.
Oh, I love that book so much.
I love Timmy.
Timmy's a badass. That book is fucking amazing. Like, you're gonna love this.
All right,
It's
cool.
so fucking good.
I will expedite that then.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Robin, are you currently reading anything, or did you finish anything this week?
Yeah, let's see. I've got a couple of audiobooks that I was gonna start this week. I've just been super busy at work. The first one is There's Something in Your Mouth by Y.M. Miller.
Hell yeah.
Um, I haven't read anything by YM yet, but seems like a super cool person, so I'm definitely excited to check that out. I've heard that their work is super gnarly. The Groomer by John Athen, another
I
one
have
that
that
I've
one on my
heard.
list.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard really good things. My girlfriend read it when she was flying and said it was fucking awesome. So that's another one. And then the last one of the audiobooks that I was going to check out is Bunker Dogs by Gage Greenwood. And that one he recommended to me as the first listen from his catalog. So gonna check that out. Can't wait to see that. Other than that, physically, I'm reading Huber by Lance Lute, which is like a crazy vacuum story. So it's like a extreme or splatterpunk horror vacuum story. That one sounds gnarly as fuck. So yeah, that's what I got. And then I just got Us by Postmortem. So
Hell yeah.
gonna be starting that soon.
Good shit.
I just thought of a huge missed opportunity
Oh,
to be doing this podcast with a whole big thing of eggs, sucking them through a twisty straw.
yeah, right.
Delicious, dude. Hell yeah.
Crystal.
Oh man,
Some hot sauce on those bad boys.
that's right.
That's right.
So yeah, I'm also still working on Us, as far as in physical form, and then I got through the audio book of All Smiles Until I Return by Aaron Beauregard. That book fucks. Very cool, like afterlife story. That goes pretty hard. So,
It's one story, right? It's not a collection.
no, it's one story.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And it's Aaron Beauregard, so of course it's fantastic.
Hell yeah.
So, back to Bride of Reanimators. So, upcoming physical media releases. Just one this week, 4K restoration of Bride of Reanimator from Ignite Films and Eagle Rock Pictures. They're looking for an early 2026 release. There's no artwork or details announced yet, but definitely
2026.
2026.
The fuck.
I know, but
Why even tell us now?
because it's in the news.
God,
Kobe
you're
looks
like one
so
of those.
sad.
You're like one of those asshole reviewers that talks about movies that aren't out yet.
I know.
Yeah, who does that? Who does that?
Scumbags.
Tell me to come back and stay tuned when it goes to streaming. Get out of
Mhm.
here.
Yeah. Make sure you
Fucking-
follow for more information.
Fucking putts.
Fuck you all. All right. I didn't get any physical media. Colby didn't get any physical media, but Crystal did. What'd you get this week?
Ooh, okay. So my dad actually got this for me. Shout out my dad. It's
Is it
the
fallacies?
no. Could you imagine if I was just like, yeah?
Scrambled eggs.
Ooh, The Exorcist.
Yeah, I would say he got me the Exorcist extended director's cut.
Let's go, Dad.
It's pretty cool because it says Monster Mayhem at the top. So, it's a slip cover. It's the same cover as the. Oh no, actually, a little bit different. So that's fun. Then I got The Nun because I love this movie. Kind of can't see because there's plastic on it because I love that movie. And then I got Fall because I also like this movie too.
Movie fucking
Well-
terrifies me.
You know, it's so good. I saw it and I was like, I'm getting this. And then I don't remember if I showed this or not. I don't think I did, but I got Saw. Just I'm starting to get them all, so trying to find them all so I have them. So this was the first one I found so far. So
Oh, yeah.
that's what I
Love it.
got.
Oh, I did get 2 shirts though this week.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get?
I got a dog soldier shirt from Terror Threads. And then my friend who does like a ghost hunting channel, she sent me their shirt for free. And next month, I'm actually doing a ghost hunt with them and staying the night in a haunted building doing ghost
Ooh,
hunting.
Oh
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
that.
so cool.
That's actually in just a couple weeks.
Good shit. Yeah, I got a few shirts this week too. American Psycho, a Chucky, a Halloween one. I'll show them off later. But I forgot I did get this American Psycho VHS looking thing.
You know, so
That
cool.
is 6 pins.
Oh shit.
But
That's
yeah, I was
dope.
like, it looks like a VHS, so let's fucking get it.
That's so cool.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
Love it. Rob, did you get any cool physical media stuff?
I got Us by Postmortem, which my dumbass put it away before I sat down to do this, so my bad. But it is super sick, and I got it with the red
Mhm.
page ends.
Oh yeah.
So I'm super pumped on that. I just did a video of it actually yesterday. So that's the one thing I got, and then just some band merch last week, but that's not horror. So
What bands?
Avoid and Banks Arcade. So
Sick.
hell yeah.
Um, Signs of the Swarm just announced a tour, and they're the headliners, so they're doing a meet and greet. So I put like fire emojis on it, and I don't know how they know I'm from Chicago, but they said you better see you at the Chicago show and get that meet and
Oh
greet.
shit, dude,
I was
that's
like,
sick.
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, because you went and saw what was it? Disembodied Tyrant, Sides of the Swarm, Shadow of Intent, and
Chelsea
Chelsea
Grin.
Grin.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
at the same show as you. Not
fuck
like
yeah.
the same area, but the same tour we went to.
Right, yeah, yeah. What did you think of Disembodied Tyrant?
Love them.
Dude, they're so
Whenever
sick.
whenever I know I'm going to a show, I usually, and if there's bands I don't know, I'll look them up and listen to them
Hmm.
before the show, and I really dig them. But I've been a huge fan of Signs of the Swarm for a couple of years now, so I was actually more excited to see them than Chelsea because I've seen Chelsea Grin a few times already. But yeah, I was really excited to see Signs of the Swarm.
That's sick. They put on such a kick-ass show when I went to see them. I think that they probably stole the night for me, but
Dude,
I
they're
went to
so
go see
gnarly.
Shadow of Intent. So those are my boys. I fucking love Shadow of Intent.
Fuck
So
yeah.
Hell yeah. All
little
right, we'll
band
get
nerd
in.
out sesh.
It's all good. We'll get into our main topic then, which is Rob Nelson. So before we get into your book, I want to know like kind of what got you into all this? Like what kicked off your love of horror and what got you into wanting to write splatterpunk?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned earlier, like it like was kind of my first real foray into it, and it freaked me the fuck out. And then I saw the movie Signs. We rented that on a DVD. And it scared the fuck out of me. And I was like, nope, no scary for me. I'm good. I don't like that. And then I got like way into adrenaline and stuff. And I've always just kind of loved going back and trying to like watch shit that freaked me out. And then I read Goosebumps growing up and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, when I got older, I was looking for horror books that were more, for adults and everything, but I didn't realize there was like this whole like indie world of horror. And I tried giving Stephen King a go, and I could never really get into it because he's very descriptive. Like I think he's an incredible writer. It's just not for me personally.
He gets descriptive in the stuff that we don't care about.
Right. He'll
Yeah.
tell you, yeah, he'll tell you about the leaf that's on the ground and why the leaf came from this tree because it was planted by this family. And like, we're like, all right, I get
Yep.
it.
Yep. Character building the fucking veins in a leaf. So
Yep.
so like I've tried a lot of his books. I think I read like 800 pages of it and was like, all right, this is sick, but I can't do it anymore. So I'll probably pick it up again soon. But yeah, like after that, I found the Books of Horror group on Facebook, and they do this thing called the Indie Author Brawl. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of that, but what they do is like it's a big bracket thing, and all these indie authors like put their names into a bucket and they get voted in the top 32. Like you have 6 months or so to read all the books, and then you get to vote on it. And so that's when I started finding like all these indie books and all these other authors and stuff like that, and started like getting to know these people, and was like, oh, like these are just, it's not Stephen King, it's not all these like huge people, like they're just, like you and me, like just normal people that wrote kick-ass books. And so that's like how I got into that. Um, and I never even like really knew what splatterpunk was. In fact, when I heard of Playground, that was like the first one where I was like, yeah, I need to check this out, but I was really nervous about it. So I got it on audiobook because I thought that would like dull it. It didn't. That book is fucking gnarly. um,
Chapter 3.
dude, Geraldine's just a cool old lady with like really interesting,
She's like
proclivities.
she's like a homicidal Corella Deville.
Yeah, she's neat. Crystal, have you read Playground?
No, it's on my Audible. I have it.
Oh,
I told the
fuck yeah.
guys, I told the guys that I was I was scared to start it, and they told me don't be scared. So I'm just eventually we'll get there.
Yeah, don't be
Rob,
scared.
so Playground was your first Splatterpunk
Yeah.
experience? Hell
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. That was the first one for me, and then it's been a fucking nosedive ever since.
Seriously, like it's hard for me to read other books now because
Mhm.
all I want to read is Splatterpunk and fucked up shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I went from like reading like haunted houses and shit like that and like just being like, oh yeah, I love like possession movies and shit. Like that always freaks me out watching it. So reading it, obviously the same thing happened. And then I got into like Splatterpunk and Extreme and it's like, oh, humans are fucking terrifying. And that's where I was like, okay, like this is more my lane. Um, but
Going
yeah,
from haunted houses to women getting raped by with tire irons.
yeah, crazy shit, dude. It's wild. Well, and yeah, it's like serial killers do that stuff. So that's what freaks
It's
me out, you know?
yeah, that's why it's so like interesting to me is because like
Hmm.
it's like kind of real.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, But yeah, so that's like what got me into splatterpunk. And then I'd been writing short stories, like not horror, but just like random stuff that sucked for years and like had all these premises that I would come up with and do and nothing ever stuck. And I made friends with a fellow indie author, Joseph Murnane, and he's what like he pushed me into writing. He's like, dude, like you have good premises, like you just need to build the world around it. So shout out to Joseph, like he's what got me into this.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
So you didn't do like any college like writing classes or anything?
No, I'm an engineer.
That's insane.
Numbers.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So how long did it take you to write Made a Monster?
Let's see. I started October 24th and I sent in that to the editor on March 15th.
Holy
So,
shit.
however long that
Mm.
is. Yeah.
Hmm.
That was quick. Like I got
Yeah.
the idea in the middle of the night. I woke up in the middle of the night, having a weird dream about like imagine if like someone just started doing taxidermy with people. And then I called my girlfriend. I was like, I have this crazy idea. I know it's 1:30 in the morning, but hear me out. And she's like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to bed. So I just pulled up my notes. I started typing on my phone. I got like, I don't know, 5,000 words in or something like that. And then I passed out. So that's how it started.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That is crazy.
And the short amount of time it took you to write this too, fucking
Mhm.
like I'm sure you heard us glaze the fucking book that one like a few episodes actually like I was dead serious like it's my favorite book of all time.
I appreciate that, man. I love that. Thank you.
And like even my wife like she's put it in a few of her videos now. It's like dude, it's fucking it's like I can't even like bring words to describe like how much I fucking love the book, the characters, how the book made me feel. Like what the fuck, dude?
I love that, man. Thank you. Yeah, that makes me feel really good. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
fantastic.
Mhm. Yep.
See,
Yep.
I don't want to get into spoilers right off the bat. We'll
Mhm.
kind of save that for later on. But yeah, I mean, outside of like just kind of waking up and having this thought, was there anything else that kind of influenced? Like, were there any kind of movies or other stories that you kind of use as influence in any part of the book?
Yeah, I mean, kind of going back to like when I was writing stories that sucked. Like I had never heard of Splatterpunk and I was writing stuff that was like pretty intense. And I didn't know that like there was a place like where my voice could like be. Until I found Playground. I was like, oh fuck, like this is allowed. I'm not going to prison for like having these thoughts. Um, and so yeah, like a lot of the influence, like one thing I talk about quite a bit is like my characters, Adrian and Kendra, they're modeled kind of after Fred and Rosemary West, the British serial killers. And so like a lot of true crime and stuff like that has definitely made its way into Made a Monster.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, because I remember when we were talking, and even talking with these guys too, like I'd never read anything Splatterpunk, and The Night Stalkers was the first one.
Hell yes. That book is so fucking awesome.
That I ever like read. So that was the introduction for me. Um, and I mean, it was funny. It was very extremely brutal. Um, there was maybe a little bit of message at the end, but it was just supposed to be fun. So like reading your book and getting to the last chapter and then the to whom it may concern, I don't think I was expecting it to be that because I had only one frame of reference, which was the Night Stalkers.
Mm.
And when all that happened, it almost like shifted the way that I thought about things that people do and why they do them. And I thought it was just so interesting because I had so much, like, I was afraid of Adrian the whole time I was reading it. And I was like, oh, I would never want to come across this person. But then at the end of the book, because I'm not going to spoil it or anything, you're just like, this is not what I expected this to be at all. And um, I just was not expecting to have the emotions that I did when I read it. So
I
it
had
was,
a
Yeah.
lot of
it was
emotions.
cool. Mm-hmm.
I have to give my girlfriend a shout out on that one because like throughout the entire process of writing and everything too, like I read this book out loud to her like twice. And so like the first draft was like 78,000 words. It was like 350 pages. And then I went through and I edited it, chopped it all down to like 60,000, and then I kind of embellished from there. And the whole time I was reading it out loud to her, and we were having that discussion of like, well, what is the purpose of Adrian, and like, how is his character supposed to like come off? And so when I got to that, to whom it may concern, like I had a vision for it, but I didn't know how to execute it. And so she was actually traveling, and she was in the United Lounge just ripping mimosas. And I was
Mm.
sending her one draft after another, and she's like, I mean, if this makes you happy, sure. And I was like, okay, nope, not that one. And like sent her another one. And she's like, now we're going in the right direction. I was like, okay, cool. Sent her another one. She's like, no, 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 other direction. Okay. So it went through like, I want to say like 10 or 11 renditions before I finally like nailed it. And then when I read it through before I sent it to the editor, I was like, oh shit, she's right. Like that's the one. So yeah,
Yeah,
it took a few.
my jaw like dropped when it got to like that point at the book at the end. I was like, I was mad. Oh my goodness. No, that's really cool. That's awesome.
Awesome.
I remember because I was reading the book at work, so it was very late. Ian was sleeping. I knew you were sleeping, but the only person I knew was who was awake was Sierra. So I started messaging her while I was reading it. I was like, "What the fuck?" So we were talking about it for a little bit, and I got to give her a shout out because she's awesome, and she's actually writing a book now too. I'm very excited about. I'm actually a character in the book too.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, I Sierra's incredible. Yeah, I've been talking to her about stuff too, and she's been so supportive and like really hyping me up. And yeah, huge shout out to Sierra.
She's a gangster.
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I'll pray for you coming soon.
And
Can't
what's
wait.
funny too, because I told her to write me as a character, and she's like, "Actually, I can do that." And she's like, "You were just supposed to be a quick death, but you turned into like a huge main character." So there's that.
That's
I was
sick.
like, "Fuck yeah."
Hell yeah, dude.
So I have a
Yes.
question about how you, when you're writing,
Mhm.
like, do you like visualize it in your head? Do you think of a scene and then you start writing? Or do you have like um do you have like a notes or something? Or are you just sitting at your computer and just typing it and just kind of letting it do it itself, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Like, are you letting the characters tell you what they want to do? Like, were you ever at any point when you're writing the book that you were like angry at your characters because you're like, I don't want to write you this way, but you're gonna force me to write you this way? Did that ever happen to you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, like when I started it, like I think I've told all of you guys this actually, but it started off as like sort of a lighthearted, like meant to be sort of funny, over the top thing, kind of like Night Stalkers, where it's like, oh shit, but like that level of like comedic stuff throughout.
Mhm.
And like that was the goal. And when I came up with the idea, like I had some scenes in mind, and some of them actually didn't make it into the book, but one of them was basically the ending, which changed 3 times as well before I got it to how I wanted it. But so I knew where I needed to land on all these different things and the scenes that like I had an idea of. Um, and yeah, from there, like writing was more of just like sitting down, putting on my playlist, like knowing where the story needed to go and how was I going to get there. So, like earlier when I said I wrote 78,000 words for the rough draft, like I over explained everything because I knew I was going to go back and be like, okay, that's what I meant to do here. Let's condense this and that sort of stuff. But yeah, there were points throughout the book where I was like, Rob, what the fuck are you doing, dude? This is like, what's wrong with you? Why is Adrian doing this? Like, how is this happening? Yeah, there was a lot of points where I was like, dude, you're disgusting. Like I was reading it out loud to Marlia and she was just calling me Robert. She's just Robert. Oh my God. Like and she reads Splatter and Extreme too. So it's funny to like, kind of like push on that. But yeah, it's funny. I don't talk like that the way the book is written, like all the words used. Like I went to Catholic school. I'm a good boy. I don't say shit like that. But I did when I wrote it. So
Dude, I physically like hysterically laughed out loud when when he's fucking the dude from behind and he's like, "Oh, you like that, you little fucking." I was like, "What the fuck?"
just
The
yeah.
whole scene
Dirty
was
talk. He's talking shit. Degrading him. He liked it. It's fine.
literally shit. Literally.
For real.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Um,
I mean, again, obviously it's fantastic. And the
mhm.
fact this is like your kind of like debut novel is mind blowing at how fucking good it is. Because yeah, I mean, we're all kind of relatively new to Splatterpunk. Me and Colby just took a deep dive in as well. So we've read quite a bit at this point, but I've loved it all. And there's ones that seem to have a message or a meaning behind them, and then there's others that are just goofy, gory, gross fun.
PC3.
Yeah,
Yep.
love them. But no, but yours stood out. Like, not only is it very well written, but even the most fucked up shit seems to have there's all a meaning behind it. There's a purpose for everything. And that's what stood out to me. So kudos to you for writing a fucking fantastic novel. I did want to ask though, like, what was your inspiration behind a guy fucking a rat?
Just when Crystal asked, like, do they write themselves? Like, yeah, Adrian got out there and was like, you know what? Ribbed for my pleasure. I'm going in.
It's fantastic.
I'm gonna play with this
Yes.
rat's guts.
I love
Yeah,
it.
dude. I I was sitting there writing that and like it's not a spoiler I guess or anything like something that happens but like when he busts I was like it'd be fucking hilarious as if this rat threw the fuck up all over everything like that's what's going through my head. I was like yeah we're going there, hell yeah dude.
It's such a mental picture too.
Yep,
It's so gnarly.
I love that.
I wanna say something too and not come off like rude, I guess. But like I think I just really underestimated this book, like because you're just like a normal person like us. Like I look at authors like Aaron Borgart, fucking Stephen King, like they're just like these mythical people to me. And I talk to you every fucking day and you're like, here, read my book. So I'm like, cool, yeah, I'll read it. It's probably pretty good. It'll be fun, kind of thing. I know your sense of humor, but I was just blown the fuck away. Just like with Ian and Crystal both said, like the deeper meaning of this, it's not just a splatterpunk book. It's not just fucked up, nasty shit. Like I don't think I've ever had a book made me so emotionally attached to two characters and wanted nothing but like success and for them to like be in love and shit. I was just emotionally attached to these characters and I've never felt that in a book before.
Yeah man, I love that. That's awesome. It was yeah it's like I when I wrote it my whole intention was like okay I really want to write a book like that's I don't care if it's well received. I really don't care if it makes a bunch of sales or anything. Like I just like I've always wanted to write a book so I did it. um and like the one thing that I kept telling myself throughout this like the rough draft was dog shit but I read all the time. So it's like, how can I like rein this in and like, what have I read that I like that I can like use as a mechanism for making this better? And my whole thing was like, simplify every single scene so it's easy to read. Cause like, I'm a pretty wordy person. Like, I've yapped your guys' ear off about every single thing you've talked to me about so far. So it's like, how could I rein that in and edit out all the bullshit, but like maintain what the story is? And I think that really helped. And then I had some beta readers that kind of went through and read this with me. And Marlia, again, my girlfriend, she's fucking incredible. She read the whole thing and was like, this is what I would kind of look at and focus on. And, this is wordy. I had to reread this multiple times. And so, yeah, like my one thing, even if it didn't sell, like I was going to put in the work. So, yeah.
I love that how you said that you like simplified everything because you're a smart guy, you're an engineer. You have to deal with like the blue collar guys every day who don't have an education. So the way you simplified everything, your writing is extremely fucking easy to read. Like I would consider it's like you made it for like a blue collar person. Like you simplified it that much.
Hell yeah.
So you made it easy to read and fun.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, and I have to give a shout out to my editor, Mariah at Marked Up Editing. She was incredible to work with, crazy fast, and like I said, the simplification of everything. I'm like I said, Marlia went through and read it and was like, hey, like this is a lot, you know, like how can we condense this? Because like portraying the mental picture, I could use a million words like Stephen King, and again, no hate, like people love his descriptiveness. That's awesome. But I was like, how can I paint this image of a rat getting railed out in the woods in the shortest amount of words possible and have it burned into your memory? And so that's, just going through that, simplify it.
I love it. Chris, are
Cool.
you playing with the rat right now?
Yep. Yeah, I
was
played with
I
it
was
in my
talking shit
videos
earlier.
too.
I know.
I told Rob it's my fidget toy now.
Perfect.
Ew.
Hell yeah.
I also liked how in like you gave, of course you flesh out Adrian and Kendra, but the other characters in the book too. Like, like you gave each of them like a reason why they need to be like kind of fucked with.
Hmm.
And like like I said, I don't have a lot of experience reading Splatterpunk, but like in the few that I've read, it's kind of just like they're just doing it to do it to each other to like just cause mayhem and disgust. But like there were certain things that were happening because I remember there was a certain scene when something happened to one of the characters, and I remember reading it out loud and I was like, oh, I hope they kill that motherfucker or something. And like, do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so it was cool to see that. And it was also cool how, and I know that we had talked about this too, about there's the two main characters kind of blaming themselves for the things that were happening with them. And I remember
Hmm.
reading that part and I was telling you, and I was just like, no, this makes me so sad that they think it's their fault and all this stuff. And like, so you took them, they were obviously written on a page, but you gave them like a 3D kind of world. And you gave them like feelings of why they
Hmm.
were made into these monsters. So the title of
Yeah.
the book, I didn't understand it. I was like, what is that? And then as you start to read it, you're like, okay, now I understand. So
Yeah, it's
I
funny.
like,
Like the title of the book, I like I said, I wrote the first part of it like really fast. The title of the book came like the next morning. I was sitting at work like doodling, and I was like, "There's gonna be a rat, and it's gonna be called Beta Monster." Like these are like the two things. And then I wrote out like a bunch of different titles, and I was like, "All of these suck." Like it's made a monster. Like that's what's happening. Um, and then the other thing too is like one thing I want to point out with like all these books and splatterpunk and stuff is like splatterpunk, like it has the word punk in it, which means there is a message that's like it needs to be told. Like there's a reason for kind of what's going on. Whereas extreme horror, which is, also equally fun and diabolical, that's where you get like you're just fucking full beans, balls to the wall, insane nastiness, like for the sake of it. And so I think both are fun, and that's what Made a Monster started out as. I was like, I'm gonna write an extreme horror book. It's gonna be gnarly as fuck. And then, kind of going back to that question earlier, Crystal, it's like, okay, like, but why? Like, why is Adrian like this? And then one of the things that Joseph Murnane told me is like, when you tell a story that is more authentic and like personal, like it comes off a little bit easier. And so like that's one thing that I added in. Like I wasn't personally abused, but I was bullied like a motherfucker growing up. And it got to the point where actually like student or not students, but teachers and faculty were like, you got to stand up for yourself or do something, man, because like it's not our problem anymore, you know? And it's like I've been sixth grade being told like you're being bullied and it's your fault. Like,
Oh,
fuck, dude, sorry I'm short. You know what I mean? Like, oh
Short
well.
Kings.
Yeah.
Short Kings.
Short Kings.
Let's go, boys.
Wait, Rob, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8" now, but when I was in middle school, I was 4 foot 7.
Yeah, I was tiny. I'm
Yeah.
5'7".
I never grew up.
I was gonna say Ian's still 4. No, I'm kidding.
Damn it, Crystal.
Oh, fuck.
Damn it.
I'm kidding.
Start pulling the hat up a little bit taller
Yeah,
on
right.
your head there.
I walk on my tippy toes. It's
The
fine.
only time a fedora is acceptable.
Hello there, kitten.
I need to get a fucking Abraham Lincoln hat. That's what I need.
Fuck yeah,
A top
dude.
hat.
Let's go.
Can we talk about spoilers now?
I was gonna say real quick before we get into spoilers. I know that obviously we all loved it, and I know everyone that as far as our friends on social media that we've recommended it to, they have all loved it. But what is like the kind of overall feedback or reaction to it? Like, has it been overwhelmingly positive, or are you kind of seeing a little bit of everything?
I would say it's pretty overwhelmingly positive when you look at the ratings and everything. Where I think it's like 4.4 stars or something like that, nearing 200 ratings. But there have been people who are like, this fucking edgelord piece of shit, like writing some weird fetish shit, and like I posted some of the reviews as like a marketing gimmick. Like, you want to
love
read
it.
this dog shit book? Check it out. It's on Amazon. But like, yeah, I don't know, like when I see people that like rate it low, most of the time it's like nothing. Like I'll have like my favorite rating is a half star on Storygraph. There's no words. It's just half a star. Like, hell yeah, dude. And then
Hell
there's
yeah,
other
brother.
people. Yeah, exactly. Thanks. But there's also people that like I've gone on to Reddit and somebody was talking about how I write like a middle schooler and I have shitty ideas and I can't get a story put together and my sentence structure sucks. And
I think
I
you posted that
responded.
one.
Yeah, I responded to that person. I was like, "Hey, like, I'm really bummed you feel this way. Clearly you didn't resonate with my book. Hopefully the next one gets you. Like, thanks for trying it out." And like even with people that are like super over the top negative, like there might be nuggets of information that I can pull from to make
Mhm.
everything better. So, if I got haters, fine. But if you're gonna talk shit, at least say something cool or give me a reason why you don't like it. If you want to get into a roast battle, we can do that too. But
I do love those.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Crystal. So yeah, that's what I wanted to ask too, is along those lines. So when you do see the negative reviews, they don't get in your head or anything, right?
Oh, I don't really give a
Good.
fuck.
Good.
Talk all the
Good.
shit you want. Like when I wrote this book, I wrote it for me. I was like, what
Mhm.
would I like to read in a book? How would I like to see things portrayed? And like all this stuff. And it's like, all right, you don't like my writing, that's fine. I don't like Stephen King's writing, but he's like the fucking greatest guy ever. And again, like more power to him. He's awesome. Great ideas. It's just his writing's not for me, and that's okay. Yeah.
I rather listen to like in-depth explanations of a rat's innards than a leaf on the ground. So
I got you
Lore.
covered, brother.
it resonates with me a lot more than Stephen King.
Yeah,
Let's
absolutely.
go.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love your attitude towards it. Like exactly what you just said. Like that's what's up. And I love that you post the negative ones so that we can
Mhm.
all enjoy them as well.
Hell yeah.
Because yeah, at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with it, we love it. So, let's fucking go.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Spoiler
we'll
time.
get into spoilers then. So for the audience, I will put in the show notes the timestamps. So if you haven't read Made a Monster yet and you want to skip the spoilers, check the show notes to see what time you can skip this to avoid that. But yeah, from here on out until further notice, we can talk about spoilers. So go for it.
Should we go in order or what? Because I'm dying to fucking talk about one thing in particular.
Go for it.
You go first. Go
Sure.
first, Colby.
The principal and the pot roast.
Delicious, dude.
Dude, like another thing, like I've never had a book just make me like my jaw just drop to the fucking floor like that. Because it wasn't like here, let's see how edgy like writing I can fucking make this type of thing. Like there is some depth behind that and it fucking hit hard.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, so that actually, I had no intentions of killing Kunst,
Mhm.
but I brought
Oh,
her
it's
into the
Kunst?
story.
I was gonna say I kept saying
I had no
cunts.
intention of killing cunt. Uh, but like I introduced her character, and then when I was going through and like what I had done is I got to a certain point, and then I reread like up to like the halfway point, and I was like, okay, like where am I going now? And then I read that whole thing with Kunst, cunt, whatever you want to call her, the bat,
Your book. Your book.
the
You tell
rigid
us.
bitch. Yeah. And I was like, I've got to give her something, right? Like she's got to be part of this. I introduced her character.
Mhm.
And then I was like sitting there thinking about stuff. I'm like, all right, let's make her a horrific person and let's kill her. And like as I started writing it, like I didn't know what I wanted to do with it yet, but I just like sat down, put on Shadow of Intent, full blast in my apartment, and just got to ripping. And like that one surprised me even. Like when we got to her, I was like, "Oh fuck, she had a miscarriage. That's really sad. That sucks." And then like all the everything else that kind of played into it, and like her like hating the next kid and just all that
Mhm.
sort of stuff. Like there's it's terrible, it's sad, it's fucked up, but like it just showed up in my mind, so I went with it.
Yeah, as soon as the I think there was one line, it was like she put the baby on the counter. I was like, that fucking baby's going in the fucking oven. I was
Yep, I knew it.
it.
That fucking baby's going to the fucking oven.
I was
Clip
like,
that chat.
going in there. I know it is.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yeah,
just
braised
the way
baby.
you write the way that you like evolve these characters, that like obviously like we shouldn't like the main characters, but like it's a love hate thing. Like
I love them.
we don't love what they're doing, but we love, we can relate to some degree with these characters. But like the ones that get fucked up, and like you already know like they're terrible people and you're rooting for them to get fucked up. And so at least I was. So the whole time
Oh
I'm
yeah.
reading it, I'm just like, yeah, like the more fucked up it gets, I'm like,
Hmm.
yeah, like I'm just
Mhm.
fucking eating that shit up. So just the way that you wrote the characters is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, coming up with all the backstories of how terrible people are and like how can I make this worse and how can I pile on how much shittier this person is just to make the kill more satisfying, you know?
Mhm.
Also, too, in the first or second chapter, I think it's the first, I didn't know like what kind of level it was gonna be on, but as soon as we got to that broom handle, I was like, oh, okay, we're going here.
Yep.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was the first one where I was like, "Oh no, Rob, what are you getting yourself into?" Whoops.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, I guess the end. So I want to, now that we have you here, um, I want to get Colby's initial reaction to the ending before the to whom it may concern.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I already told Rob. I almost hated the book, only because I was so emotionally attached to the two characters. Oh yeah, so he kills uh what's her name again?
Kendra.
Kendra.
Kendra. He kills Kendra. I almost said Andrea. He kills Kendra, and I was like, no, 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 why? Like I was pissed. Like I was up fucking set. I was very mad. But then Sierra was the one who was like, don't worry, just read the to whom it may concern, and it is going to change everything. I was like, whatever, whatever. So yes, I was upset. I almost didn't like the book. But yeah, as soon as I got to the to whom it may concern, it literally did change my whole perspective and like elevated the book even more than like when Kendra was still alive. I was like, holy fuck. Just that one little like epilogue changed your entire book.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the goal with that too. It's like I wanted to like create a character for Adrian where like you don't want to like him, kind of like Ian was saying, where it's like you don't want to, but like you have to because of like everything that's going on. And Kendra's there as like the main supporting character, and you're like, yeah, fucking get him, Kendra. Like all this shit that's happened to you and everything going on, like it's not your fault. Fuck these people. And it like carries on, and then it gets to that point where Adrian kills her. And originally the ending that I had, Colby, was your fairy tale ending that you were hoping for there. And
No one
I
liked it.
I mean, I liked it, and then my beta readers were like, "Yeah, this is cool. Is there more?" And I was like, "There's an epilogue, but I didn't release that to them yet." And then I started thinking about it more, and like going all the way back to the very beginning when I started writing it, I remember thinking he's gonna have a love interest and he's gonna kill her and he's gonna say, "I never gave a fuck about you." I have to have that in the book. So when I wrote the original ending and it was all lovey-dovey or whatever, I was like, all right, cool. Like I did it. I made a love story. And then I was like, nah, fuck Kendra.
No, I thought killing her was completely justified. I was shocked too, but then when he explained
Mhm.
how she also used him to help her do the things that she wanted to do, it was just another layer of him saying, everybody around me is using me for whatever it is they want to. And when that was explained right after he killed her, I was like, justified. I'm on his side, obviously. Like, I liked Kendra, but then when it was explained why he did it, I was like, that is that is exactly what should have happened, in my opinion.
I completely agree. I went
Mhm.
from hating it to thinking it couldn't have been more perfect with the epilogue to whom it may concern.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the same reaction too. Of like, I was shocked that he killed her. I wasn't mad about it though, because I felt like it was kind of on par with like this dude's
Mhm.
fucked up. He's, if he's killed all these other people, why would he not kill her?
I was mad as fuck.
But yeah, I mean, it was definitely shocking though, because I mean, I did like their dynamic, as
Mhm.
fucked up as it is. But yeah, then when you read the To Whom It May Concern, like just just getting that like just reading it and seeing that that is actually what's going down, it just made all the more sense. And just there was like this moment of realization of like, oh yeah, like she was using him
Mhm.
for her own shit too. Like, yeah, kill that bitch. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. Completely justified. Exactly.
And I also love how you had like characters throughout the story tie in together at the end. Like one of
Mm.
the boys in the field house was the son of the detective at the end. I was like, dude, this is like a
Oh
fucking
yeah.
mind fuck movie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
so fucking
yeah,
good. It just keeps getting better.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
so many layers.
There
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Because Adrian he was too far gone. There was nobody that was able gonna bring him back from the edge, in my opinion. And he was like, this is how I'm gonna go out. So
Yeah. I mean, Adrian, for me, like I've actually talked to a couple of people about this because this is the question I get the most in my DMs about this book. And it's like in my mind, Adrian was perfectly content just going off into the woods and doing necro bestiality. Like he was cool with that. He's like, all right, I can go do my fucked up taxidermy. I can watch things melt away and watch the maggots eat them and stuff, and I'm good. Uh, and then when he met Kendra, like he's like, oh, someone's interested. And then, I tried to write it in such a way because I had to go back through and spot edit the whole thing when I changed the ending. And what I tried to do is like keep him interested in a way that like how would a serial killer think about this? How can I use her back? Like I know that I'm being used, but how can I manipulate her into thinking that I'm on board with all this shit just to go along with it until like I get what I need to. And so that was the main focus after that. What was
Awesome.
your guys' favorite kill, if I may ask?
the
Ooh.
fucking Scott dude, or whatever the hell that guy's name was.
Yeah. Torturing the parents.
Yup.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yup. Danny and Scott, I think their names were right.
Yep.
Yep.
I think I
That
loved
was
them
a
all, but yeah.
long kill
Oh
too.
yeah, that one was the one. I mean, I liked them all. The kids in the
Mhm.
field house, the fucking parents. Then the most satisfying one was the principal,
Oh
Kuntz.
yeah, the Blood Eagle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My search history is so fucked, dude. I'm on lists. I was like, how can I
Dude,
make this anatomically
I feel the
correct?
same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved them all, but yeah, I think the Blood Eagle definitely made me hurt the most.
Sick.
With the ribs and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Shit was so
Snapping them.
gnarly.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
But
Did
yeah,
you know what a blood eagle was before you wrote this, or did you Google that?
I've heard of it. I've like my net is so wide. I'm interested in so much shit. Yeah, I'd heard it and I was like, I've never seen this talked about in a book before. How can I describe it?
Wasn't that one of the things that happened in Midsummer?
Yes. Yep.
Right?
yeah, it's
That
been a
makes
couple
sense.
things. I'd say it was in Hannibal also, like the show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, it was. You're right.
It
Yeah, I
was
don't
in-
think it's ever been in a, well, I don't know because I'm not, but like in a book.
The two that you've read?
In the two, I'm an expert now, guys. The two that I've read, it wasn't in there. I've actually read three. Thank you very much.
Crystal, your next read needs to be Dark Side of Hell.
yes,
I was
That
gonna
one's
do the
so fucking
playground, but
wild.
sure.
Yeah, Dark Side of Hell over
Dark
Playground.
Side of Hell.
Okay.
That
Rob,
book
did you
is-
read that one yet?
Yeah, I listened to it on Audible. What the fuck, man?
That was my first that was my first extreme horror splatterpunk
Oh shit.
introduction. Yeah.
There
I was
were-
like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Yep. No, when it got to the delicious dinner,
Dinner.
I was like, man, I could go for some cottage cheese right now.
I can go for some candy corn.
Yeah.
Yes, dude, the candy corn. Oh, I love that book so much.
That was fucked. That was something else.
Hell yeah.
Are there any parts of the book that I think you mentioned it maybe before, that you took out because it was too much? Or you kind of just, everything's in there?
I think I left everything in. Everything that I took out was like stuff that was like rambling or
Sure.
it got brought up over and over and over again. Which is funny, Crystal. I sent you that one review by Quesadilla or Quesadilla or
yeah.
whatever her name is.
Yep. Mhm.
She called Adrian and Kendra's problems teenage angst, and I was like, oh fuck, that's wild. That's a weird one, but okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah, right.
You. What happened to you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kids will be kids.
Yeah, no shit.
Ew.
Those fucking rascals.
I fuck rats all the time. This is nothing to me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. That's funny.
Nope, that's the uncut. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So is there an audiobook version in the works?
Not currently in the works. It's, well, I shouldn't say that. I have a plan for it. I definitely want an audiobook version. Again, this is going back to like, I needed to write this book. I did it for me. I have a narrator that I really want to use. Spencer Dillahay, or Chuck Bruggy is what he goes by for Splatterpunk and Extreme. He's fucking awesome. Like, if you guys are looking for audiobooks and you're like, I don't know what to look for, just type in Chuck Bruggy and fucking anything he's read is incredible. So I've talked to him about it a little bit, and I'm definitely going to be pursuing that. If it ends up, costing me more and more of whatever, like, I'm going to do it for me. So I'm just going to try to see where this goes in the next few months before pulling the trigger on that. But yeah.
Do you plan on doing any splatterpunk cons or horror cons, like getting a booth for any of those?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I definitely want to. My main concern with that is having a few more books out first, so that I can really capitalize on that opportunity. But there is the Scares That Care convention in Virginia, so West Virginia or Virginia, that I'd definitely like to be a part of. Books and Brews is another one.
I was gonna bring up Books and Brews. I'm going there.
Yeah.
I'm going there this year.
Fuck yeah, dude! I'm so jealous. I'm going to Warped Tour, so I'm still gonna have a good time. But
You're probably gonna have more fun than me.
Yeah.
oh man, I don't know
But
about that.
If you do, we're gonna shoot for that to be your goal next year's Books and Brews,
Fuck
and
yeah.
we're gonna hang out all weekend because Indiana's like a 3.5-4 hour drive from me.
Oh shit, hell yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
I'll come out and hang out all weekend because me and Timmy are gonna fucking hang out for this year's Books and Brews.
That's sick. Yeah, that'll be a good time.
Yeah, for next year we'll just make it a whole event.
Yeah, all of
Yeah,
us
make
can
it a party.
fucking
Yeah.
let's all fucking make a trip to Indiana
Yeah.
next year.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm so
Absolutely.
down.
You can all just fly into fucking Illinois, and then we'll just all fucking road
Road
trip to
trip?
Indiana
Road trip.
in the van
down as
Van
fuck,
Bergini, dude.
Yes, let's
The
go.
Van Bergini.
I'm so
Fuck
down.
yeah.
So
That's
so if this were to be turned into a movie,
That's what I was gonna.
Ooh, that's a good
what-
question.
what
I didn't
is
think
your-
about that.
Like, what is your like dream cast and
Oh,
director
no.
for Made a Monster?
Oh, that's
Oh,
such a good
fuck.
question.
I hate that I pictured Jenna Ortega as Kendra,
Really?
but it's like the vibe.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, she definitely has that vibe for sure. I don't know movies as well as you guys do, but if I were to cast people, oh fuck, I'm blanking on his name. Is it Evan Peters that did Dahmer?
Mhm.
Yes,
Dude, if he was
Oh,
Adrian, I think that'd be super badass.
that would be
I like it.
fucking fantastic.
that's
I can
cool.
see it.
Sydney Sweeney as
Oh my
either
God.
Danny or Kendra, dude. I mean, you gotta, right? Like,
Dude, I love Rob so fucking much.
Colby would eat another chip for that.
let's go. I'm with you, brother. Let's get this movie
Absolutely
made.
would. I'll eat a chip and a gummy bear.
Oh fuck. Damn. I don't know who else I would have in that, honestly. Super wide open to suggestions. As far as director, I think like Eli Roth would make it pretty fucking fun. Lots of blood and over the top shit like that. I don't know. Who would you guys cast into some of these things?
My first thought for director was Lars von Trier.
Oh, that'd be heavy.
That'd be heavy as fuck. I feel like Eli would make it too campy and fun.
That's fair.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing for Damien Leone too. He would probably make it a little camp
Mhm.
fun. So
It is fun, dude. We're fucking dead rats and squirrels and we're bathing in juices. It's a good time. What do you fair?
It's a it'd be like a spiritual sequel to Dinner with Schmucks.
Yeah.
If you guys have seen that
His
movie,
little
get the
displays.
reference.
Oh man.
Fuck yeah,
Paul
dude.
Rudd. That's a
That'd be so
wild
sick.
fucking thing to say.
Steve Carell is Adrian. Fuck yeah, dude. Just fucking a melting display, just carrying it around. Fuck
Oh,
yeah,
man.
dude.
Hell yeah. So from Made a Monster, we went to Scrambled Eggs.
Oh God.
Ooh.
I need to know where Scrambled Eggs came from.
I thought it was funny, so I wrote it. I was like, how can I fuck up breakfast for everybody?
I don't eat breakfast anymore. No,
How can
don't
I
eat
fuck up
breakfast, I don't eat
burritos for
hot dogs.
Crystal?
Literally.
Oh man. No, I was like, so I love cooking and I felt like it would be really cool to do a cookbook one day. And so then I was like, well, I like writing nasty shit. And I was thinking about how like you go onto these blogs, like how do you make birria tacos, right? And it's like here's 17 pages of like my backstory, and then here's the ingredients. Like skip to the bottom, I don't care. So I was like, well, what if I did like a extreme horror themed like cookbook or something? And like this is still a goal of mine, like down the road, right? But
Do it.
just have a bunch of super fucking gross food themed extreme horror short stories that go along with it, and be like, so my favorite meal is breakfast, and scrambled eggs goes well with everything. So boom, here's that.
So
And
it'd be like a little anthology.
yeah,
That's
absolutely.
An
fucking
anthology.
genius.
Yeah, anthology cookbook. I need it right now.
Yeah.
Please
So
make that happen.
I've written 7 short stories, I think, so far. Scrambled Eggs is the only one that's been edited and actually like gone through. So, but yeah, it's in the works.
Hell yeah.
That's such a cool idea.
Yeah, ruin food and then go cook it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
way
there's
I-
gonna be a list of things that I'm never eating again.
Hope you
way
don't
I-
like barbecue.
Dude, the way I read Scrambled Eggs while I was on the Stairmaster at the fucking gym with like a lady like right next to me, I'm like, I hope she can't see this.
Guess where I wrote that story, Colby? In the gym on a treadmill. Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
That's
See,
amazing.
I feel like Rob and I are like the same person. I just don't
I
write.
just don't have a
It's funny
sick
you're
ass neck
saying-
tat yet.
Funny you're saying I have the same sweatshirt on too, you goobers.
And his hair looks like mine when I have hair.
Let's go. I'm just Colby. It's fine. Alternate universe.
Hell yeah. Yeah, other than the cookbook, anything else that you're working on?
Yeah, I started a few other ones. The one that kind of actually got its legs and started moving through. I had an idea for like a pot farm like slasher story. And so I started like going into that, and everybody I talked to about this idea was like, I like the slasher idea, but the other idea that you have for this seems really dumb. And I was like, okay, but it seems fun to me. And that's a Bigfoot themed sort of splatterpunk slasher. So
Right up our alley.
yeah.
We love Bigfoot.
And
Bigfoot
then
veterans over here.
Well, and then I saw Tahoe Joe, and I was like, you know what? This movie's fucking sick. Bigfoot's badass. Like, I'm doing it. Like, so yeah, that one's 3 chapters deep right now, and I know where it's going and what I want to do, and I've got some characters and all that stuff. So that one's digging. And
Tahoe
then
Joe, the Splatterpunk novelization.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I grew up in, I don't know if you guys know what Humboldt County is in Northern California, but it's like the weed capital of the US, if not the world. And so Pot Farm Central, and back in the day, it was run by like cartel. Well, not run by cartels, but there was cartel stuff going on up there.
Mm.
If you guys have ever seen Murder Mountain on Netflix,
Yep.
kind of touches on that. So that's where I'm from.
Oh shit.
Um, and I was like, yeah, like it'd be fun to like kind of take this idea and just make it super extreme. And the goal is to be campy and funny, but we'll see. I take those ideas and turn them super dark and fucked. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm
But
here for it either way.
yep.
Was there another one you were working on about a baby?
Oh,
With a baby?
Oh, the sewer babies.
yeah.
I remember that
Oh,
one
that's
now.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Sewer babies. That one's nasty as fuck. That one, if I get called an edgelord for that one, fucking it's warranted. That's you're right, my bad. Whatever. This one's for the haters.
This might sound kind of cheesy, but I really think that you can write, because like with the how you incorporated the love interest in the story with them, I really think that you can write a solid dark romance.
It's funny because I've always avoided romance. Like it's always made me feel super awkward. I've never liked like sexual themes, like all that sort of stuff. But yeah, after writing Made a Monster, I was like, this isn't as bad as I thought. I don't know about
Because
dark romance, but splatter
because
romance maybe.
dude, as much as I liked the like fucked up shit in that story, I was fucking dude. Like I was like I can't even describe how emotionally attached I was to those two characters and their fucking like development together.
I love that. Yeah, we'll
Hell yeah.
see.
See what the future holds.
And even for my wife that does like dark romance shit, she fucking loved that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. No, I appreciate that. You guys are awesome.
Hell
You're
yeah,
awesome.
brother.
Brother. Hell yeah. We have any other Made a Monster questions?
Negative.
I think I've asked Rob everything through DMs already too.
Yeah, I even went back and like looked through, and I was like, I think I got them covered.
Got them all covered.
Hmm.
So yeah, Rob, before we wrap it up then, first of all, thank you for coming to hang out with us. You're always welcome back. We'll have you back just to bullshit about movies.
Sick.
Just a normal episode. But yeah, is there anything you want to plug? Throw your socials out there. Whatever you want to say, go for it.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys. Like, this has been an incredible opportunity. I know I said I was nervous at the beginning of this, and you guys definitely made it a lot of fun. I appreciate you all. You've been incredible to be, and so thank you guys. As far as plugging stuff, obviously go check out Made a Monster. It's available on my website right now, robnelsonhorror.com. I dropped the price of the signed copies from $18 to $15, and I'm also running a promo right now. If you use code SUPERDUPER, all one worded caps, that could get you 15% off on the Rat Box, because it's a super duper story.
It is worth it.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
And then socials, Rob and Horror everywhere. TikTok, Instagram. I'm figuring out how to do all this shit, so it's been fun.
Me too. I'm still figuring it
Yeah,
out.
right. We're all figuring it
Only
out.
with his 100 million followers.
Not even.
Taking
Congrats,
it day
Mr.
by
Beast. Let's
day.
go. Horror
Ew.
Mr. Beast. Start putting people in saw traps, dude. Give them $10.
I'd give all my friends $10 million if I was the horror Mr. Beast.
Yeah, all your socials, anywhere and everywhere you can find Rob will be in the show notes with everything. But yeah, before we get out of here, we're gonna do a new segment. It'll be weekly recommendations. So I think we're gonna do this every week. So each week we'll each give a movie, a book, a band, that we think you should check out this week. So we'll get into that. So, Colby, what you got?
Well, for book, obviously, our main topic was Made a Monster. I will recommend that to anybody, but I would recommend Runts because we already talked about Made a Monster the whole episode. But Runts was my first introduction to a Daniel J. Volpe book, and I fucking loved it.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to read that one. That
Dude,
one's
it didn't go as hard as I was expecting, but it had a really fucking good story.
yeah, I love his story. The way he writes stories is awesome. I don't know. Have I recommended Through the Eyes of Desperation to any of you guys yet?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So there's a red version written by Aaron Beauregard, and then the black version is written by Daniel J. Volpe, and they're
Oh
two
shit.
stories from two POVs that intertwine randomly throughout, and they're fucking amazing, and they go hard as shit. Daniel J. Volpe's is fucking awesome. Aaron Beauregard's red version's fucking like, yeah. So
I'm gonna have to have you send me that
I got you.
recommendation. I'm
Hell
so
yeah.
pumped to meet them at Beers and Brews.
I'm so fucking jealous, dude.
The band I will recommend is a very small band that I found through they joined my TikTok live one day, and they are called Haunted Vessel.
Hell
They
yeah.
they dress up as the Strangers from the movie Strangers, like Sackhead, but they make super dope music. Definitely highly recommend. They have like 6 singles out. That's it. They're a brand new band, so I definitely recommend them. And then a good movie I recommend. It's this little one called Evil Dead 2013.
God.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
How many times have you fucking rented that bad boy?
The number does not exist.
No, it does not exist. I don't know. Probably enough to pay at least 1 month's of rent for
Say
me.
they're single-handedly funding the new one just off of Colby.
Let's fucking go. If you don't get a shout out in the credits for that fucking Evil Dead burn, dude.
Special thanks to Colby Does Horror.
That's amazing.
So funny.
Crystal, what you got for recommendations?
For movie, just because I watched Fear Street Prom Queen and it wasn't my favorite in the franchise, I'm gonna recommend Fear Street 1994, the part one, just because I loved that one. For my book, obviously one of them is gonna be Made a Monster. And then the next one is Ring. So it's the book that they base the movie The Ring on. So it's crazy.
Like Samara in the Well ring.
Yes.
Cool. I
Based
didn't
off
know it was a book.
It's based off of a book. So
Which one's better, the book or the movie?
see, the problem is the book is a little bit different than the movie. So I don't know. I like them both. I feel like they're both different, but they're both the same. So they're same level.
I respect that.
And then for band, I'm gonna say Parkway Drive. I saw them open up for another band like 10 years ago. Nobody in the audience knew who there was, including myself. As soon as I saw them when I got home, I looked them up. I love them ever since. It was back in like when their album Horizons came out. I love them. Always
Did you
loved-
hear their newest song, Sacred?
Mhm.
It fucking rips.
Yeah.
I haven't liked any of their recent stuff,
I
but
was-
Sacred
yeah.
kind of fucking rips.
Sacred, I feel like is they're going back to their roots a little bit.
Mhm.
Because I have listened to the albums after Horizon and they haven't really been my favorite. So hopefully they'll go back to that. They all
And also
Mats.
a fun Colby Does Horror fact. My very first MMA fight, I walked out to a Parkway Drive song.
Which one?
Crushed.
Ooh.
You fucking fought MMA, dude? Hell yeah. That's so sick. Random
Like,
lore.
60 pounds and 2 kids ago.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Yeah, if you YouTube my name, a bunch of my fights will pop up.
That's so sick.
All right, Rob, what you got for recommendations?
Too goddamn many, but if we're gonna go down to one here, for book, I'd recommend The Cotton Candy Massacre by Christopher Robertson. That book is fucking insane.
I love the name.
Dude, it's so fucking fun. It's just like if you're into horror comedies and like way over the top wild shit, like This one's fun. It's also got some love interest stuff in it that I think you would definitely enjoy, Colby. So yeah,
I'm a
that's my
sucker for romance and rom-coms.
yeah. This one's got that and then some, dude. Shiggles the clown. I'll just leave it at that.
Fuck yeah.
And then movie is this is like a guilty pleasure. I fucking love this movie, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
Hell yeah.
That movie goes so fucking hard. I love that. Dylan Francis being in it, doing this DJ set. Let's go. And then for the band, I actually just went and saw them recently. It's going to be Avoid. So,
Love
fuck
it.
yeah.
Good shit. And yeah, so I've got movie Circus of the Dead. If you haven't seen it by now, you're fucking up. Go check it out. It's on Tubi. Book, I'm going old school. I'm gonna reread this here soon. But even before I got into all this splattery crazy shit, my favorite author was Chuck Palahniuk, and his book Haunted was like my first kind of foray into some extreme shit.
Oof.
And there's a story in here that I feel like Final Destination 3 or 4, whichever one has the swimming pool, definitely took some inspiration from. This book goes pretty hard, so that's
I've
my
seen that
recommendation.
a bunch, but I've never read it or listened
Oh,
to
it's
it.
good. It's all a bunch of short stories, but they go pretty fucking hard. It's a good
That
time.
short story specifically is wild.
Yes,
Oh
absolutely.
my God.
Absolutely. And then band, I just came across one this a couple days ago. It's called Truck Stop Dick Pill, and they are filthy.
Crystal.
Leaving. Goodbye.
Bringing it back to the dicks.
Yes,
I'm just glad you didn't say ghost.
I didn't know. No, I came across Truck Stop Dick Pill, and the music, the beat downs, the breakdowns, everything is just filthy, and I love
Dude,
it.
You had a missed opportunity now.
Why?
You should have recommended for movie Ant Farm Dickhole.
No,
And then
I
recommended
love
that band.
No. I want stuff that people actually going to go see or go watch.
I would have tied into Haunted too. You would have gotten all three of them.
Yeah, true.
Fuck, man.
Damn it. Fucking Ant Farm Dickhole. Whatever the fuck it is, Dickhole.
How
Ant
long
Farm.
is that movie again?
I don't know, like 3 days. It is like 3 hours, I think. Some version of it. It's ridiculous though.
We were like, Colby and I are both like, why is it so long?
Yeah. I don't know. I still
I'm the
never
one who
finished it.
found the movie, and Ian's the one who watched it.
Yep. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, all that said, that's gonna do it for another fucking week. So again, Rob, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
I
We
think this is
appreciate
my
it.
favorite episode.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. This has been so fucking awesome, dude. I love and appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, this has
Hell
been
yeah.
great.
We
Yeah.
will 1000% have you on again soon to talk movies. You know what we should have him on for?
Hmm.
Best soundtracks.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna
Done.
say Final Destination because he's never seen them.
Oh
so
yeah.
we can
Once
watch
he
them
watches all
all.
of them,
We
yeah.
can talk about it.
That's true too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll have you back. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever. You guys just let me know.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, for everyone watching and listening, again, check out Made a Monster. Go order it. Get the whole box. It's worth it. And again, you can find all the details in the show notes along with all of our links as well. But before we get out of here, any last thoughts from anyone?
Do not ever do the one chip challenge and do a movie review. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
You got to try
So-
Death Nuts, dude. Come on.
Dude, okay, so I'll tell the story of what happened after. Like, while I was doing it, it was not as bad as I thought. I think, like, talking about the movie, it took my mind off the pain. Like, my face was still, like,
The new
red, and I was,
Speedy
like,
kept your mind
tearing up
off
and
of
shit.
it.
Let's go.
but probably, like, a half hour after, I was, like, in the fetal position, like, on the floor, like, debating having Coda take me to the emergency room because I had just had, like, the sharpest fucking pain in my stomach that I've never fucking felt before.
Cap cramps are no bullshit, dude.
Dude, it was horrible.
That's
And I
crazy.
eat a lot of spicy shit too, but that like the mouth pain was not that bad, but that pain in my stomach, like holy fuck. Like it took me out for like I stopped texting the group chat for how long? It was like good 4 or 5
a
hours.
while, yeah.
Dude,
That chip's just in your gut, just fucking
Fuck.
stabbing you.
up.
Dude, it's gonna wake you up in the middle of the night for round 2. It's gonna be like, guess what, motherfucker? I'm still here.
The sequel.
Yeah. That
So
nobody wanted.
I think the next stunt I'm gonna do is give myself a brain freeze and review Frozen.
That
There you
feels
go.
more painful to me, honestly.
Yeah, it does.
Brain freeze
It's a quicker
suck
pain
ass.
though. The pain goes away quicker.
It's so aggressive.
Until you do it, and then you just have fucking brain freeze for days.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
Right? Oh,
man.
fuck that.
Colby has a brain freeze. I don't know. It hasn't left yet.
Colby does brain freeze.
Colby
Dude.
has brain freeze.
That's so funny. I started a podcast with my buddy back in the day. Little lore about me. I used to race cars. And so he and I started a podcast called Hot Laps, and we
I
ate
think I saw
spicy
that on your
food.
Facebook or something.
Well, don't look into it any further. No, it's he and I would just like, we'd drink and we'd talk shit. We'd eat crazy spicy things and talk about racing and stuff. And it was cool. But yeah, spicy food and yapping about stuff.
I just want
Oh,
to keep
yeah.
talking to Rob for like 3 more hours. We're gonna talk a bunch when we stop recording.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
call me after this. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll wrap it up then. So, again, everyone watching, listening, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Check the show notes for the links and all the timestamps and all that good shit.
Collect
Until
your
next
pennies while
week-
you can.
Yeah, get your pennies. Pennies are going away. Stock up on your pennies. But yeah, thank you all for everything you do. Check out the merch, check out the social media, all that fun shit. But until next week, stay safe out there. We love you. Goodbye.
Gang, gang.
Bye.
Toodles.
What if everything you know is someone else's dream?
There you go. That's it.